Slack and he major welcome you to the My Type of Hype podcast, where we celebrate hip-hop, not just the hype.
How y'all feel out there?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, once again to the My Type of Hype podcast. With me, your boy Slack in the building as always, and my co-host extraordinaire on my left. What's happening, bro?
Very good, man. We're here, My Type of Hype, the podcast that celebrates hip-hop and not just the hypes. That we saying, you good?
Yeah, man, can't complain. All is man, naps and dreads. Great interview, great artist. Hope you checked out his stuff if you hadn't already. So hopefully we'll have some more in the can of that as well. So what we got this week?
So actually, before we even press on, man, I know you get this a little bit later than when we record, obviously, but a couple of days ago, unfortunately, we lost Boss. She passed away, man. So I just want to give a shout out to Boss. Rest in peace and condolences to her people and that, man. Bit of a controversial artist. I know a lot of people say what they say about her career and all that, but I was a big fan of that Born Gangsters album. Still spin it to this day, man. So yeah, rest in peace, Boss. I just wanted to put that out there before we continue. But yes, to answer your question,
yeah, sure. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate what happened with her career. Everyone knows, like, you know, she's fake or whatever. But regardless of all of that kind of stuff, like, you know, she was a part of the hip hop community and she was talented. Like everyone who worked with her had talent, and she was, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she wanted some greats. So yeah, man, rest in peace to Boss, man. And like you said, bro, just another one gone. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Too young. But yeah, we wanted to give that salute, man. So yeah. Today we're going to look at something that I feel is one of the most important things in a song, man. And we want to look at choruses today. We want to look at hooks, whatever you want to call it, hook, chorus, whatever. We want to look at classic choruses, some of our favorites, the importance of them and all that good stuff, man. So it's going to be a good episode, man. I'm looking forward to this one. Had fun just even putting the list together because it's not something you really think about. You know what I'm saying? So let me throw this at you before we even get into anything. To you personally, how important is a chorus of a song to a song?
Not very, if I'm honest with you, because even doing this kind of exercise for the show, I kind of realized that a lot of my favorite songs don't actually have hooks, as in a constructed hook. Like a lot of songs have stuff where they might repeat the title of the song, or the DJ might scratch a hook or something along those kind of lines. But it's kind of far and few between of an actual constructed hook, and I think there's only a few artists that can really construct like a really dope hook, in my opinion. Like not everyone has that ability, and I think that comes into the difference between someone who can just spit bars and just be, you know, just rap, and someone who can really construct a song. Like there's a great rap, a part of what can make a rap song great. If the verses and stuff are not the best, but it's got a really catchy hook, then it obviously expands the reach of where that song can go. Because some people don't want to listen to someone just rap well for 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Some people they're not even bothered about the verses too much. A lot of people, especially nowadays, they're more kind of tapped into the hook. But it was never a big thing for me. Even when I was younger, it was never. A lot of my favorite rappers never even had much hooks on their songs. Some of my favorite albums, they really got, like, you know, if we went to the Infamous, for instance, like how many great hooks are on that album, or how many great hooks are on 36 Chambers? Like you could say maybe one or two. So yeah, I'm not stuck on hooks, if I'm honest. If a song has a great hook, respect, but it's nothing that I'd look for to be like, you know, that song was good, but it didn't have a good hook. Do you know what I mean? It's not top of the tree for me.
So that's interesting. That's one of the things I love about our partnership, man, what we do, because there's so much that we agree on, there's so much that we don't agree on. I mean, it's actually funny. But for me, I'm 180. I'm the complete opposite. Obviously, I want the verses to bang. That's what's important. But I think like choruses and hooks are so important for me because I feel like, not just saying it because it's called a hook, but I just feel like that really is the thing that brings it all together. And that's usually the thing that I'm going to remember first. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the bit that is going to add the replay value to the song. Do you know what I'm saying? A verse can be good, skillfully, lyrically, of course, but it's usually something to do with the hook that brings that initial replay value that I want to hear it again for, the thing that gets stuck in my head. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's interesting, but totally hear and respect what you're saying. And like you said, for the exercise, even going through it, you realize there's not really that many amazing hooks. Do you know what I mean? And a song isn't necessarily robbed of being good if the hook ain't all that, or if there ain't a hook present. But I feel like you do really feel it when there is a good one. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's interesting. Before we go,
let me ask you this then. So let's say someone like just off the top of my head, someone like, what was that brother's name? Mike Jones, right? Still Tipping. That song is crazy to me.
Yeah.
The beat, everything, flows, everything on that song. Even Mike Jones don't ruin that song himself. Like that's how good the song is. But it doesn't have a hook. It's just literally still tipping on fofos. Like there's no real hook, but the song is hard. So there's a lot of those kind of songs that I like that doesn't need a hook. So it can't be that important to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And especially in two areas, I feel that's the case. One, I feel a lot of underground hip hop, I feel like they don't really, not bother, I shouldn't say bother, but I don't feel there's that much of an emphasis on the underground hip hop songs for the hook. Probably because of what I said before. Hook is usually the bit you remember. It usually adds to the replay value. So when you're trying to get radio play and stuff like that, the hooks are important. Do you know what I mean? Whereas independent underground hip hop, they ain't fighting for radio slots. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel there's that much emphasis put on choruses. Not saying there ain't any before all the independent underground artists come at me. I'm not saying there ain't any good ones. Of course there is. I'm just saying I don't feel like the emphasis is there as much. What's the other thing I was going to say? And the other reason I feel like because of the place we're in with our consumption of music, as listeners, with streaming and everything like that, I just feel like choruses has lost their importance. That's what I'm saying. And whereas we listen,
more importance now because of what you just said, like because a lot of people now they consume music differently. Don't you think having that outstanding hook now is more important than it was back then? Because it will stand out more, and that's the listener has become more lazy than it was before. So now they might listen for now they might listen for way more than we would have. So they're gonna want to WAP or whatever the fuck's going on nowadays with the hooks. Something that makes the song stand out amongst 1,000 songs that might come out on a Friday morning, for instance.
No, definitely. In that sense, yes. I guess my point was more that because music is so easily done now and easy to put out. Like we've said a million times, someone could just be sitting down tomorrow and think, I want to drop an album on Friday. Do you know what I mean? And more than likely not, they've probably got a setup in their house. They put it out and streaming themselves. They might put it on their own website. So I feel like because we're in that age now where music is so easy to put out and so easy. Someone said it on Twitter the other day, and I know we've said it a million times, but when I read it, I just thought that's actually mad. I know we've said it a million times, but to think that like we would take our last 10, 12, 15 pounds or whatever and buy one album. So I might have to budget that. Do you know what I mean? I might have to get out of my pocket money or my little part-time job money or whatever. I might end up getting 2-3 albums a month or something like that. Do you know what I mean? The rest at your brethren's house listening and rah. But now, for like £10 or whatever, nearly every song that's ever existed is at your fingertips.
Do
you know what I mean? It's insane. When you think about it, it's actually crazy. So I just don't feel like people feel that they need to. It sounds like it's like an oxymoron kind of thing, because it's like exactly like what you said. Because of that, you need to stand out. But then at the same time, I feel like because of that, some people don't feel the need to, because they might think to themselves, well, if you're a fan of me, here's my music. But they know, man, like Eminem's wishing like saying rest in peace to Boss, and people's asking for albums in collaborations. That's what I'm saying. you could drop something today, people asking for an album tomorrow.
Literally,
So,
I've seen that happen. I've seen someone drop an album on the Friday, and whatever day it was literally the next week, people like, when's another album? It's like, bro, I dropped on Friday.
Exactly. So in that sense, it might just be like, I feel sometimes some artists might just say, look, I'll put it out, and there might not be as much emphasis on the hook.
So just in case we've cut off, there was a black spot, we lost a bit of signal, technical difficulties, that kind of stuff. So we're back. Okay, so E,
yeah.
What I was saying was different artists have different fan bases, right? So if you have, let's say, a Nicki Minaj or a Meg Thee Stallion, one of those kind of artists, they're gonna need hooks on their records because their target audience is like young girls, or you know what I mean? Like, it's people that will go to a dance floor. If Keith Murray releases an album, his target audience is completely different, so he's not gonna need hooks on his, like, there might be a Posse cut where you might need a hook, so you might get a Busta Rhymes in, or you might get a Redman or whatever, but they're making music for different demographics of people, you know what I mean? So the reliance on a hook is going to be completely different than someone who's more kind of, you know, pop orientated or something like that.
That whole TikTok hip hop thing as well, do you know what I mean? Where there's songs that are literally crafted to be good for TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. So it's it's that kind of thing. I hear that. It's very true. Completely different consumption, completely different way now. And like we were speaking about up there, I feel like the emphasis isn't really on it as much as it was in the early from like the sort of early 90s onwards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally agree. But yeah, I think it's just where we're at, man. Errors, and I think songwriters nowadays, I don't think there's that much. How many like really great songwriters in hip hop can you say that there are nowadays? If we really to sit down and think about it, then I don't know if we have as many, and we should have more. We've got more rappers than we've ever had in our lifetime, so technically we should have better songwriters. But I just don't think the culture demands songwriters. I think it just demands catchy at the moment. More than anything else.
And this is why there's always that age-old. Yeah, definitely. And this is why there's always that age-old thing about like someone actually being a good lyricist, but can they make good songs? Do you know what I mean? Like battle rappers trying to make songs or right. And that's why I always shout out RJ Payne, because a lot of people are like, he's like a battle rapper. He's just always like battle rapping, but he's a brilliant songwriter. Do you know what I mean? And albums and themes and everything like that. Not everyone can make that transition, but you throw him in a like, he's gonna hold his own as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not easily done. So yeah, 100%, man. It's an important element that feels losing its importance. I mean,
yeah, I agree, man.
All right, man. So we'll get into it. So let's look at some of the GOAT choruses, some of the choruses in hip hop that can be looked at as the greatest of all time. And I want to put this disclaimer out there. These ain't necessarily ones that we are particularly saying that we think are the best or that are even our favorite, let's say, but we recognize them as some of the greatest hooks in hip hop. And so we'll just throw one out and chop it up a little bit.
We're able to be objective, man. It's as easy as that. Even if you don't like something, you can say, okay, like, you know, if you throw that hook on, everybody from your children, your uncles and aunties, maybe even your parents will recognize that song because of that hook. So whether or not you like it or not, we can say, you know, something can be appreciated as something that is great. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. You gonna kick us off?
All right, cool. So let me respond to my Philo facts. Okay, so I'll make it very, very simple. First off, I think, although it's a very simple hook, but I think probably one of the most recognizable hooks in hip hop, period, is Hip Hop Hooray, Naughty by Nature.
Of course.
So whether or not you're in a flipping country club, or you're in a New York club, you're in a London club, you're in a Jamaican club, you're in a flipping supermarket somewhere, that song is liable to come on, and that song will be recognized by adults, teenagers, whoever. Everyone will know that song, and they'll know all that shit as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
You put it on at a show, like everyone, I'll put your hands side to all that shit. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most recognizable hooks like ever in hip hop.
Definitely, man. And I ain't just saying it. That's literally the first thing I put down. Motive by Nature. Definitely.
Yeah, that's
what it is. Yeah, man. In the title, everything, man. So yeah, 100% got to agree with that one, man. I'm gonna go for another. Well, these are all gonna be obvious because they've been talking about GOAT choruses. So I've got to go with Wu-Tang Cream. That's definitely, for me, I feel that's gonna have the exact same impact as Naughty by Nature. Maybe not as commercially, but it's definitely one of the greatest hip hop choruses in hip hop. Very simple, very basic, but just obviously the analogy, what the words mean, and Meth obviously just does it perfectly. Yeah, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar dollar bill. Even that little dollar bill.
I think that was actually genius, bro. I think that was actually like for the time that came out. What? Yeah. Was late 92, early 93. They must have made that record.
Yeah.
For them to have like the analogy, and it's still to this day, like if you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go get the cream," everyone knows exactly what you're talking about. Everything about that song was just genius, in my opinion.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely. You can't say greatest choruses and not have that one on there. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, definitely one of the ones, man. Shout out to you on that one. What you got next, bro?
All right, man. I'm gonna go for obviously another obvious one. Man, there's so many. I'll go for Gin and Juice. So, rolling with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. That was something that, again, transcends hip hop. Everybody knows that one. Rolling down the streets, making endo, sipping on gin and juice. Everybody has referenced that at some point in time. I think that song was the perfect song as well, from beginning to end. The beat, the way that Skeet rapped on that song, the hook, and I think the hook brought the song together perfectly. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would say that's one of the greatest for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Doggy Styles filled it. The some of them choruses, man. So good.
Yeah, that's what made it so great.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking about Doggy Style the other day, man, and someone said, "Oh, you could tell it was rushed, and they just had to put something out there, and that's why it can't get 5 mics." And I'm like, man, like sometimes I just wonder what people want to hear from something. It's like rushed, even if it was.
If it was rushed, that makes it even better.
Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but yeah, definitely agree with that one. What have I got? You know me, bro. Pick 5. I got like 25. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with DMX, Rough Riders Anthem.
Yes, I had that down too.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it's classic, man. It's just classic. Anyone, if you just go start, you know everyone's going to you know what I mean? So definitely. And I remember DMX was saying he didn't even like the song. It took him ages to even like the song. You know what I mean? Didn't like it at all. The beat. No, I didn't like the beat. So it's interesting to hear what's come of it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a classic single, man. It's a smash, and that chorus adds a lot to it. So definitely, yeah, DMX, Rough Riders Anthem, man.
Yeah, sure thing, man. I will go for one that you probably do not like. I didn't even really like it too tough, but still, Juicy by Biggie.
Okay, yeah.
It's one of them songs, man. It's like everyone loves it, but then you've got some people who I think maybe the hip hop underground baggy jean Timberland wearing people didn't like it. I ain't got no problem with it personally, but it's not my favorite Biggie song, and I think knowing that he didn't like it himself, similar to what we were just saying about X. Yeah, I think it's a cool song, man. But you know what I mean? I think it's just one of them. I've just heard it too many times. So But again, you put that on in any setting, everyone knows the
100%.
words and everything. So yeah,
100%. Yeah, it's just, I mean, if you don't know now, you know it's cool, but yeah, it just annoys me. I ain't gonna lie, man. And anyone knows how much I love Biggie, man. But it just the song just annoys me. It really does. Man. Just one of the fact Michael Jackson and Billie Jean, it's like for some reason it annoys me. It's just like I recognize the greatness of the song. It just
Billie
gets
Jean.
under my skin for some reason.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. It just kind of annoys me a bit. Like,
You know what? For
I can't even
me,
really put a finger on it.
it's that it's Beat It that I don't not that I don't like. I don't even know how to form the right sentence around that because
Yeah,
I can't say I don't like the song, but I can
Yeah.
say that on that album, it doesn't hit for me the way that a load of the others. And I think it's the guitar and the hook. Just something
I'll
about
take
it.
Billie Jean, bro. 10 times over.
Yeah, see, Billie Jean. I
not
love
Billie
that.
Jean.
I love that joint.
Beat It. Yeah, I'll take Beat It
I'm
10
not saying
times over.
Beat It is not a good song. I'm saying maybe it's one of them. I've heard it too many times. Like, so if I had to pick a song on the album, it wouldn't be that. Basically, is what I'm saying.
I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, that's interesting. But no, I recognize Juicy though. That definitely, no doubt about it. But yeah, for me, it annoys me. But I definitely recognize the song. No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see what I've got here. You know what? This is mad. I'm gonna actually go Onyx and Slam.
Yes, I've got
think
Slam
that's
too.
cool. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you think about it, the simplicity of it, man. But it's just do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's all simple and basic. But bro, it's just like fight music, man. It's just proper aggressive and just everyone just goes mad. Yeah, man, definitely Slam Onyx with that one. They got a few good choruses actually, but yeah. But I think Slam is iconic. I think that's the word, man, for choruses.
Whoever's watching this or listening to this, and you were around when Back the Fuck Up came out, you know how big Slam was. Like Slam was, everyone was moshing at that time, and in hip hop, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was kind of new for everyone to just. As soon as that song came on, you had to either be ready to scrap or get out of the way. Those are your only two options. So yeah, man. That song was dangerous. As soon as that bass line come on, everyone kind of looks around like, oh shit, like, who's in here? Yeah, it was that was a fight starter. If you had if you was with anybody who had beef with someone else and that song came on, then that was just an excuse for the place to go off, man. So yeah, there was a lot of stupid shit that happened around that song right there, man. So
definitely, man. Yeah, it's funny that you say mosh because I was reading an article the other day and they were saying that Onyx are probably the ones that brought that whole mosh pit thing to him.
There was no one
from that song.
Definitely. Yeah. Even the video was a whole mosh pit. The whole video was on some madness. So yeah, man. That was a proper problem right there. Okay, I'm gonna go for I got 5 on it because that is again, that's a hook that everybody knows. A lot of people were singing that hook without knowing that it was a song about weed. I remember one girl saying, I remember some girl going, what does he mean by 5 on it? I was like, well, if you ain't got 5, you ain't smoking. Like she couldn't get her head around what the song was about. But again, it's one of them, you know what I mean? Everyone would have heard it at some point in time, young, older, transcends generations. Yeah, I think that's an iconic hook in hip hop.
Definitely, fully agree. I had that on the list as well, man. Fully agree. I'm gonna go Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, The Message. Gotta throw that out there, man. I think that's a brilliant hook. Brilliant song, one of the most important songs in hip hop. Brilliant song, but that hook as well. Even the do you know what I mean? Just those little bits, you're so iconic, man. And yeah, Don't Push Me. And obviously we know your guy redone it with your other guy, Puffy and Mace. They done you know, they've done that again, like good for you. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Definitely iconic. I love that whole Don't Push Me and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely I had to give that a shot.
Yeah, that's a great shout, man. I think that could possibly be one of the greatest in hip hop because many artists have redone that hook, redone the beat. Yeah, definitely. All right. I'm gonna go for Check the Rhyme, Charcoal Quest.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's one of them where everyone knows you on point it all the time. Fight, everyone knows that. You know, lighthearted. You could play that in front of your parents, no problem. And yeah, one of them songs that again transcends. Like whatever country you're in, people know that song. Maybe not to the extent of some of the others we mentioned, but if you have any kind of inkling of hip hop, you would know that hook.
Definitely. Yeah, agreed. Big song. Man, I feel spoiled for choice. I'm gonna go at KRS-One, Sound of the Police. Bro, even if you're sitting down, I was watching telly the other day and an advert came on that was like nothing to do with anything related to our culture at all, but they had that sample in there. And then something else happened. What was we might have been watching something else, man. A program, I don't know, something about the feds that came on. Celebrity Big Brother. There was some police little scene in there. They was playing that song. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's one of those songs that are just
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those songs where it's just like everyone knows it. You're into hip hop or not, you know it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, KRS struck gold at that hook, man, and that song. Anyway, you know,
that whole song, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, definitely, I wanted to give that a shout. KRS-One, man, Sound of the Police.
Nice. All right, I've got two more. So my next one, I'm gonna say Let's Coops, Beamers and Benz by Lost Boys.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that one again, everyone should know that hook, all of my ladies and my men's and all of that kind of stuff. And that's the song that got me onto the Lost Boys, so I have to shout that one up.
Same. Yeah, had that down. I'm glad you said that as well. Definitely, everyone knows that. That's bro. Like my daughter asked me the other day, like, what's my 10 favorite songs in hip hop. I'm like, from an artist or in hip hop? She's like, in hip hop. I said, impossible for me to answer. But if I actually had to construct like some of a short list of my favorite hip hop songs of all time, that would probably be in it, bro. Like, I can't explain how that song makes me feel. It just makes me feel so good. I just love it. Everything, even the video. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I just love that song.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, simple hook. Love it though. Yeah, man. Big shout. I like that one. Okay. I'm gonna go with Camp Low, Lucini.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucini, man. This is it. But once again, it's just so feel good, isn't it, man? The way they're doing. That's another one I feel like everyone knows. You know what I mean? Even if you're not that big in hip hop or big on hip hop, like, I feel like you're gonna know that hook at some point. And it's funny because Camp Low's not like a household name. Do you know what I mean? Right. They're not. I wouldn't say they're like underground, but they're not a household name at all. You know what I mean? If you like them, you know about their albums. You know, they got a good few albums. And, you know, Uptown Saturday Night ain't the only good one, but it's definitely the best. But it's not the only good one. But most people will only know that album, and if it's that album, it's going to be that song that a lot of people know. And yeah, that chorus I think is a classic chorus, man. So Lucini, Camp Low.
Totally agree, bro. My last one is going to be "Do What" by Lauryn Hill. I think again, that is that I've seen that song be played in so many different settings, and everyone knows it. Like, I think maybe even the family gathering that we had around Christmas time, and me and my uncles and my cousins, we usually have like song battles. So we basically play until until everyone's like, nah, this is crap, and then you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So I put that one on, and that one literally got all the aunties up, the little kids were up, the uncles were up, like everyone was up. And everyone knew it. So as soon as the chorus hit, everyone's singing. You better watch out. So yeah, one of them songs, man. You can't play the tunes at black people functions, man. It's over.
Nah, that's a good shout actually. I was thinking it's funny that you said do what, I was thinking of Fuji La. I was thinking that one as well. Is once again, man, definitely. All right, my last one then. I'm gonna go Dead Prez hip hop. I think even if you're not really up on Dead Prez that much. If you're not, you should be, or I encourage you to. I feel like that chorus though, you know it. Do you know what I mean? Even if you don't know where it's from, you're kind of gonna have some inkling of that chorus, man. And I like it, man. Obviously, I love that song anyway, man.
That
It's a
song is
5
just-
microphone for me.
I was listening to it the other day, just like this song is just brilliant. Just everything that they were talking about on that song literally came to fruition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy how important that song is.
Yeah, definitely, man. That whole album, bro, it's it gets better with time. It really does get better with time. Man. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. I don't know if people are really ready for it when it dropped. What is it, 2000?
It definitely was, like 99, 2000. They definitely weren't ready for that because that album should have been huge.
Yeah, definitely.
But around that time it dropped, that was when hip hop was in that stupid, jiggy,
weird phase.
If that album dropped maybe 97, 96, I reckon that would have been out of here because that the audience would have accepted it a lot more than what they did with it because everyone was kind of aiming for charts and shit at that time. You know what I mean? So that's an album that needs. It might need a half an hour episode to be honest to just
bro. I'm up for it, man. I think it's a special one, and it's funny what you said about if it dropped around 96 because I really feel like if it dropped about 5 years earlier or 5 years later, it would have done like got more attention.
Definitely,
not the Stones, but yeah, hip hop, man. I mean, you think about it, there's not even nothing to the chorus, but just sometimes that repetitive chant is like the thing that stands out. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, definitely. My son, my second boy, he was. I don't know if he was coming out of the shower. He was walking around the house, and he was literally just here, heart. And I was like, "Were you just listening to that song?" He was like, "Do you know what? I didn't even realize I was doing it."
That's what I mean.
It was just in his head. And he was like,
classic chorus, man.
Yeah, definitely,
man. So we could do another 5 each, but obviously for time's sake, that's just some that we feel are probably the greatest hooks in hip hop, man. But now's the fun part. We're gonna look probably more at our personalized favorite ones a little bit more. Yeah. So Mr. Honorable Mention, I got a bag load here, but I'll try and stick to what it needs to be. Let me kick off with this one, bro.
Go on,
I tried to pick some that weren't like too obvious, but just some favorites of mine. I'm actually going to go with 50. I'm So Hood. I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm saying it. Is that off? That's off Massacre, isn't it? Or is that no? That's off
In My Hood.
The G-Unit album, isn't it?
No, In My Hood.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. So yeah, I'm So Hood. For me, bro. I remember the first time I was playing that album. Right, I was playing it in a song, and I'm like, yeah. You know, I like the song, I like the hook. But bro, that hook was just infectious for me. For like the rest of the day, it was just in my head, like just humming it. I'm so hood, I can't help it. It's
you're talking about the G-Unit album, but on the Massacre album, he's got the In My Hood.
In my hood. Yeah.
Hood, that one.
That's it. No, I'm talking about I'm So Hood off the G-Unit one. Yeah. It is that. Yeah. Love me for being me. I can't be a major. Yeah, that one. So yeah, I love that. Never spoken about, never going to be celebrated as a great chorus. But for me, like I said at the beginning of the episode, if it sticks at me and I can't shake it off and it's not annoying, it's just stuck with me because I like it, the melody of it and everything. And for me, it's a great chorus, man. And I remember I would play that song because I couldn't get the hook out there, so I'd have to just keep playing the song. So yeah, 50. I'm So Hood. I love that. That'd be my first one.
I'll probably start with the 50 song as well, because he's easily one of the greatest hook writers in hip hop. Songwriters, because he wasn't over lyrical, and that's kind of what I was expecting. You know, the whole rollout with 50 when his album came out, I was kind of expecting him to be this. The way people were talking about him and how big he was, I was expecting crazy lyrics, but didn't really get that. More of it was more about the melodies and the hooks and the way that he put the songs together, which was better than what everyone else was doing at the time. So hooks was a big part of his thing. I would say I'm gonna go for Heat. Like that song has always stood out to me as it's probably my favorite one on that album. And just the hook alone, bro, was just crazy.
Definitely.
It's very violent, but the way that he does like the bridge as well, like catch you slipping, I'ma kill you. I ain't playing. But then you've got the other side of it as well, where he's like, there's no way to stop it, no way to yeah, so he's got like two parts of it, but it all comes together like perfect.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So, definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, good shout. I'm gonna go with Tupac next. I was trying to decide which one, Hail Mary or Me and My Girlfriend, but I was just, you like the way I just slipped in a little shout for Hail Mary there. What I'm gonna do is Me and My Girlfriend, bro. Love. Bro, that song for me anyway. Like whenever there's a debate about this and I Gave You Power and all that stuff, you know what I mean? All those are brilliant songs, you know what I mean? But Me and My Girlfriend for me is just a perfect song. Like even to the point where you've got like someone talking as the gun. You know what I mean? Like you know, all that. Just everything about that song I love, man. Beat, everything. And then I just think that chorus is brilliant. All I need in this, brilliant, man. Obviously it's been done so many times, people have revisited it, you know what I mean? Tony Braxton, even in the R&B side of things, hip hop heads have done it. But yeah, I just think it's perfect, man. Me and My Girlfriend, I think he does it brilliantly, man. So yeah, definitely have to give that one a shout out. One of my favorite songs in general. One of my
Jay-Z ruined that song for me, man. I ain't gonna lie. I can't stand that remake. The remake that Jay-Z.
You know what's mad, bro? I didn't mind it at all, right? I don't know, you'll put it and say as I'm a Jay stan, but I didn't mind it at all, right? I thought it was decent. What I didn't like about it and what made me not appreciate it is that I know Tupac didn't like it.
Right.
So I felt like it was a spit in his face.
Like, Tupac clearly didn't fuck with you, but you're gonna redo one of his songs.
I thought that was disrespectful.
It was weird.
Yeah, I felt that was disrespectful. It's like talking about someone when they can't even defend themselves. You know what I mean? Right. Like, be a man, innit? And I feel like he would never, ever, ever want you to do that if he was alive. So to do it just felt disrespectful, and that's what put me off the song.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
The song on its own, I didn't find bad at all. I think it's just because I love the beat so much. So if I can even hear an inkling of that beat, I'm probably gonna like the song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the beat's cool,
but yeah, hey,
for Jay to do that, man, it just felt weird. It was like he clearly told you he didn't fuck with you, and for you to do that, I don't know.
And then the big mirage of Tupac at the Muriel, Tupac at the end. It's like, bro, he didn't like you, man.
He didn't like you. And like from Nas, you know, he got to talk to Nas before he passed. He didn't get to talk to Big. He didn't get to talk to Jay. So it ain't like they squashed it and then it's like, all right, cool. What we know is that they were still beefing when he died. While you're doing a song, like, no, didn't sit right with me, man. Funny thing is, I actually had In My Hood Down by 50 as well on my favorites list.
Oh, did you? That's mad.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go for Elevators, Outcast.
Yeah, of course.
I remember the first time I heard that song, and I didn't like it. First time I heard it, I was sitting in the living room watching Yo MTV Raps. The video came on. I loved their first album, still do. I still think it's their best album, in my opinion. So when the new song, I was like, Outkast got a new tune. Okay. So I'm sitting in front of the TV ready. The beat starts and it's got this weird, the snare is weird, everything's just weird. Even the way that they're rapping, I was just like, what the fuck? What's this? Like, it just wasn't what I was expecting. But I don't know when it clicked. I don't even know if it was the second listen. To date, this is one of my favorite rap songs ever. Like, ever. Everything just came together perfect. The bass line, the flows, what they're saying on the song, but the hook is so different to the way that they're like. It's not the same cadence as the way that they're rapping or anything like that. But the way that hook is done is perfect. And again, it's one of them, I just think it's one of them joints, man. You know what I mean? Where it's just instantly recognizable. And it just makes the song like that much more perfect than it is, in my opinion.
Definitely. I saw someone with a T-shirt recently. It just said "Me and you, my brother and your cousin too," and I just laughed. It's like, that's funny, man. But definitely, man. I fully agree. I had that down on my list as well, bro. So yeah. I want to go with. I probably could have thrown this in the recognizable ones, but I'm going to go with Goody Mob, Self Therapy.
Yeah, that's
I
on my
like that
list.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to be, man. Once again, simple, repetitive. He's that looking at my window, blah, put it down. Do you know what I mean? It's just like nothing to it, but it's just so catchy, man. And it's one of those ones you'll find yourself just repeating and saying to yourself, big tune anyway, big album, we know that. But yeah, definitely Self Therapy. Love that.
Yeah, good shout, man. Okay, my next one, I'm gonna go slightly left field, and I'm gonna say "What You Want" by 9.
Okay, yeah.
What's it? My Ill Posse and My Name Up in Lights, NINE and all that. But again, very random. But years and years ago, me and my kid's mum, we were coming back from a comedy show,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we was waiting outside for a cab or something, and across the street there was this house, and one of the windows was open, and I could just see there was like a party going on, and there was just a gang of white people in there. There weren't no heads in there, just a gang of white folks in there, and I could hear this song playing, and they knew every fucking word of this song.
Right.
Like, it was weird. I was nudging her like, "Are you seeing this?" Because she weren't really up on hip hop like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, they knew every word of the hook, the verse, everything. But I was just like, wow, like that song has reached a whole different audience than what I expected it to. So it must have caught on for them to, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
big tune, very big tune.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I didn't really get into it much. Obviously checked out the album. There's a couple songs on there. His voice started to get to me a little bit after a while.
The thing. His voice is kind of his selling point, but at the same time, it's like there can be too much of the like for a whole album.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a bit much. Right. So his first 2 albums I really liked. He's still rapping, like up to recently. I think he dropped something like 2020.
Bro, I've heard the first 2. I haven't heard anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit, man. But I really like the first 2 albums. Well, no, that's a lie. When I first got 9 Lives, which is his debut, loved it. Yeah, because I could tell he's from the islands. Like he does a lot. He drops a lot of Jamaican shit in there, so I immediately kind of gravitated to those kind of MCs a lot. But then he had some guy, Froggy Frog, on there. Weird. But he had some nice joints on there. He had like Cypher. He had like that Red Rum and all them kind of songs. Like he had some on there. Yeah, man. Big up to 9.
What's the second one? Cloud 9 or something? Was it Cloud 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely, but I didn't know like he was still doing music at all.
Yeah, like 4 chicken wings and rice and a couple of cues are there, like sick. Yeah, he was rapping even better on that album. But at that time, that was when like Reasonable Doubt and all that was coming out, and all of them had like big producers on there. You had like Clark Kent and Ski and all these man. But on that album, there was no real kind of producers where you're like, so it kind of got pushed down. But he was rapping on that album. Yeah, he had some tunes on there, man.
All right. Yeah, I hear that. But yeah, that was a good catchy hook though. No, definitely. What have I got? I want to go with Busta Rhymes. He's another man. I think he's got a lot of good choruses, you know. But one of my favorite one, not for some reason, because I think it is dope, but I just love it, man. It's Salute the Gods off of Anarchy. Yeah, I love that, bro. Better by Golden Wow thing. Yeah, I just love it, bro. I love the first time I heard it. I thought this is mad. And I'm sure it's like the first or second song anyway. I know it's near the start of it. Yeah, I knew it was near the start of it. And yeah, I was just like putting that song back a lot, man. I thought this song's actually mad. The beat, how he rapped, it's big. It's just like it's a mega song.
Great way to set off an album. Yeah. And like that was on the Extinction Level Event album, right? Or was it on
Anarchy? Yeah.
Right. So before that, you had so what was it on When Disaster Strikes album? You had Everybody Rise.
Yeah.
That man knows exactly how to set off an album. On all of his albums, I think Everything Remains Raw was the first one on The Coming, I think. after the
Remember that.
intro. But that
Can't
man
remember.
puts a
Mm.
banger right at the beginning of every album to make you be like, wow. But yeah, big tune.
Yeah, Salute the Gods is mad. That's one of my favorite Buster songs, easily.
Definitely. I love that tune.
Not a lot of people could do that whole Betcha by Golly Wow thing. He done it.
Nah, and turn it into that. Nah, totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, I could go for a very obvious one here with 50, but we've kind of done 50, but maybe further down the line. But I'm gonna go for Bow Down, West Side Connection.
Yeah.
That song is very disrespectful, and I don't think people wanted to try them at that time. I don't know, but I could be wrong. The only people I know that came back at them was Cypress Hill. I don't know anyone else who's beefing with them about what they were saying on this album, especially from New York. So you telling everyone who's not from the West Coast to bow down and respect your greatness, bro. Hard. Big tune. Yeah, I just love that. Definitely. When we're in town, bow down. When we're Westwood, bow. It's just very disrespectful. And I just love the whole energy of the album.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of that album, bro. Like, I really like that album a lot. Yeah. I was spinning it again maybe a couple of months ago. And I was thinking, man, I actually forgot I'd get this album. Because when it dropped, I was spinning it hard. Then, you go through stages where you must just don't revisit something for a big, massive time. But yeah, I was spinning it again a few months ago. After me, you, who was on? We done the West Coast one. Ben. Yeah, we done the West Coast one. Yeah. So I was just hitting it up again. I was like, man, I actually forgot how good this album was. But yeah, man, definitely good shout. How many more we got on this one? I'm trying to think.
We lost count, man. So you might as well just keep going.
You know me, that boy. Don't say that to me, bro. All right. I'm gonna go with Kanye. I'm gonna go with Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. That's my favorite song ever.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, I don't even like talking about this because I'll go off on one. Like, I know artists don't like when you say I want that artist back. Whatever. I ain't even getting into that. But that Kanye for me,
peak.
Yeah, man. I mean, College Dropout's my favorite, but that's my second favorite album from Kanye. Actually, a lot of people will immediately say Late Registration, but Graduation for me, I love. And yeah, Can't Tell Me Nothing. Love that song, bro. Everything about it, man. Even just playing wait till I get my money right. You can't tell me nothing. I love it, bro. Yeah, I love it. It's just, it's perfect, man. Love that song. Yeah. Kanye can't tell me.
I totally agree, man. That's just one of my favorite songs like ever. And no one can tell me shit. Whatever Kanye became after that, okay, I don't fuck with him now, but that period, Graduation, couldn't tell me 100. Shit about that. I didn't really pay much attention to his second album, if I'm honest. It was there. I was like, but I didn't like the singles. I didn't like Gold Digger.
Okay.
I didn't like Touch the Sky. It was just too obvious. I was like, those samples are too obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, whatever. And then the third one came out and I was like, yes, like this is the one. Oh. That's my favorite Kanye album, to be honest. But that song right there, when I first heard that song, I was just the arrogance. Just
exactly
like harmonizing like the la la la, and then literally like wait till I get my body right. Like you can't fuck with me. Like sick. Love that.
Yeah.
I just love the energy of him at that point. So yeah.
100%.
And there was a remix, I think, with G's. Who was on there was a remix that was hard. I can't remember who was on it.
I'm sure it was Jeezy. I might be wrong, but I think it was.
Yeah, Jeezy was definitely on. I don't know if Jeezy was on the original or if he's on the remix, but Jeezy's definitely got a version of him on it. That's his
voice on the original, isn't it? I think that's his voice. He's not credited on.
He's actually got a verse on the remix.
Yeah, that's right. But I think his voice is just used on the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's even credited on it. I can't remember. But yeah.
I'm not sure. Very big shout. Okay. So I'm gonna go for two more. I've got more than that, but keeping in time, I'm gonna go for two more. So I'm gonna go for I've actually got three more. All right, so I'm gonna go for 100% by Big Pun. I don't know what the fuck Tony Sunshine is saying on that hook, but that hook is incredible. I don't know what you're saying, bro. But the way that it sounds brilliant. I love that. So I love that shit. I love that song.
It does.
My next one is Sean Price. on the Help
Yeah.
Skelter Tunnel album.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anymore. More. And
Yeah,
I think anyone
exactly.
who knows that song, you can't listen to that song once. You have to pull
Yeah.
it up again. You have to.
Even Royce, I think Royce was saying that's the moment he became his favorite rapper or something, innit? When he heard that song
There
or
you
something.
go. And he even started rapping it on the song. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I can't play that song
Yeah.
once. I have to be like, all right, pull that shit back again. It's too
100.
good. All right, 100%. Sean Price. And the last one, all right, I could get to 50 with Many Men. That's a clear one.
Yeah,
I've
I had
also
that down.
got Middle of the Night by 8 Ball and MJG. Incredible song. In the middle of the night.
Shot, bro. I can go
Right.
back to
Feel
that.
so good. Lay your head back. Side by right. Put your hand on the wood.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes, that's a good shot. Actually.
And the last one I'm going to say is Barbecue
Mhm.
Sauce. Pharaoh Monch and Sean Price.
Bro, I did get angry at that chorus, you know, because I want Pharoah Monch to rap on that, man. And it's like, I mean, it's funny, you know, especially like, you know, white people don't say the chorus and all that, you know.
And even
Yeah,
even
but-
when he ends the verses where he's like, I let your girl suck the blue cheese off my balls or whatever.
Yeah,
and then he goes
yeah.
straight into that crazy hook. It was just perfect, man.
Yeah.
It was so Sean Price.
100%. That's just a pet irritation of mine, though, when I see an artist that I respect lyrically
And you're waiting for that verse.
down as a teacher, and they just do the whole thing. It just annoys me. So it just puts me off. But yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout, actually. Okay, I'll throw out a quick 4 as well then. Obvious Raekwon Ice Cream. Raekwon song, but you know what I mean? Meth doing Ice Cream. Say No More. Catchy as hell. Clever as well.
That's
Brilliant.
Clever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. Sticking with Pharoah Monch, I'll go with Simon Says. Say No More.
Yeah.
That's another one in the club for me. Like when that comes on, over, you know it's done. Brilliant. I want to go at Black Star Definition as well. Big. I like that one as well. And here's a little funny curveball to end this section. Little John, Get Low.
Yes, I had that down too. Bro.
There you go, man.
I don't know why Little John gets like the disrespect that he gets, because if we're being completely honest, right? Little John had tunes. Like, I don't care what anyone says. That man has got some hard, like that little era he had, 2002.
Yeah, the early 90s, yeah.
Whatever. Little John has some tracks. I don't care what anyone says. And that was one of them. I love that hook, man. Or even that song on alone.
Yeah.
Remix as well.
Definitely, man.
All them was on the remix. Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as we get older as well, we mature, because I'll put my hand up and say I didn't respect Little John like that them times. You get me? Even people like Sprung, T-Pain, like them man, I don't know. I didn't respect them. I didn't really take them seriously. I just thought I did. But now I don't know. As I'm older, like I got respect for them, man, because they came in a time, they done something, they made it their own, and they owned it, and they done it well.
Yeah,
exactly. So
they were like, we're gonna do our own shit. It's gonna get. I remember the first time I heard that Kings of Crunk album, right? I bought it and I put it in. I was doing something on a laptop, so I thought, I put the CD in the laptop and I had my headphones in, doing what I was doing. Bro, I felt like my ears were like on fire. Like it was just loud, and it was everything was just over the top. And initially, I was like, I can't take this, and I stopped it maybe a couple tracks in, but I went back to it, and then it made sense. It was like it's not meant to be listened to in this setting. It's not meant to be enjoyed in my house. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like that album, man. There's some songs on there that I really like. So yeah, man. Big up to you.
Yeah, 100%, man. We've got a shout about that. Okay, so we're gonna run through this one quickly. 5 choruses that we don't. Well, I say 5, a few choruses that we don't like. And that's funny because when I was thinking about this, I thought, that'd be easy. Like, it's actually hard because I'm thinking, finding choruses that I dislike. I don't know. You got any? What you got, bro?
I don't really. I struggled with that one, to be honest with you, bro, because if I don't like it, then I don't go back to the song to say that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so if I've heard it and I don't like it, I don't go back to the song to be like, I don't really like that. Do you know what I mean? So what I will say for that is I don't really like the hooks where rappers try to sing. and it sounds
Okay, yeah.
so let's just wrap
Yeah.
all of those up in a nice little ball right there and be
Right.
like, if you can't sing, rapper, don't
Yeah.
try and sing your own hooks to save money for getting an R&B singer or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those kind of hooks where I'm just like, why are you singing? Like, this sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I think, and a lot of the fake auto-tune hooks, like you got Lil Wayne, who's done Lil Wayne. He did we were talking about it recently, the feature he did on Benny the Butcher's album.
Yeah.
No auto-tune, nothing. And he sounded great.
Yeah.
When he's doing that auto-tune shit, I can't tolerate it. So when he's doing all those hooks with all that, I'm not interested. So anything that you can say is a rapper singing really badly or just horrible auto-tune, drop me out of it. I'm not interested. So that's my answer.
No, fair point. I hear that, man. I mean, how I tried to do it was songs that I like that are nearly ruined for me by the chorus.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. So anything with West Side Gun, basically. Anytime he does the chorus,
fair,
definitely. But I had Ito and Flea, Lord, Past the Curb, off of the Rock America one.
Oh yeah.
It's got like some hard song, hard beat, but then it's got some kids singing in it. I don't really mind the kids singing, but Jay, Hard Not Life and other things. You get me? It can work, but that annoys me. And there's a couple of times where it nearly ruined it for me, and I love that song.
You made a great shout just then, bro. Add them shits to the list. Hard Not Life.
Yeah.
What was that
Anything.
shit? Anything by Jay-Z. All them when that whole wave was going on with all that shit.
Yeah. What about We'll Always Love Big Papa? How did you feel about that with the kids singing?
I don't think the kids needed to be on there. I think you could have had that hook sound better just by having someone come in and just either rap it or sing it nicely or something. I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, were kids listening to Big like that? The ones who were saying that we'll always love you, like were 6-year-olds listening to Ready to Die? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't think it was necessary on that song. But I get the sentiment, but I just don't think it added anything to the song personally.
No, I hear that. Okay, so I'll throw these out then. I'd say Conway, Fear of God, hard song, but then Deja Loaf comes in, and I think that ruins it there.
Great shot.
Yeah, I think that ruins it. Yeah,
I never let it get that far, man. As soon as
I love that song, man.
That song is so good.
And I remember you said that once. Yeah, I remember you said that, and I was thinking, and I think I said to you, the song's hard though, but it's just like, I mean, Conway's rapping on that, man.
It doesn't go together. Like the way she comes in, I was just like, why have you put, even if the verse kind of made sense to what Conway was saying or something, but there's no link. He's talking some nonsense, and it was very short. I think she did like 6-8 bars or something. I was like, what's the point?
It's weird. It's like he just wanted her on it, and it's just like, as long as she's on it, do anything. It didn't work
because Hit Boy did that track, I think. So I think he might have been like, oh, let's put Deja Loaf sound good. Yeah, it didn't work for me at all.
No. And I don't even have issues. I mean, I don't rate her like that, but it's not necessarily Deja Loaf that's the problem. I just think what she done on that just was like, nah.
It wasn't necessary. Man. No.
Very unnecessary. I'm gonna say believe it or not, I'm gonna say DMX Get At Me Dog. I like the song, but I've never liked the chorus. And I like Chic. I'm an advocate for Chic. I rate Chic. I don't subscribe to all that Chic is weak rubbish. But but I just don't think if he was gonna get one of the lots to do that, you should have got Kiss or Styles, because I feel like Chic's voice didn't even go with the song and the beat. Do you know what I mean? So Get At Me Dog, and then I'm gonna say Rich Gang Lifestyle. What's he talking about? Like, I just don't even know what he's saying, man. Like, I don't even know what he's saying. It's just a whole bunch of mumble after that first part. And then the last one, believe it or not, Snoop Dogg, Drop It Like It's Hot. Bro, I think that's one of the most overrated songs in hip hop, man. Like,
I agree with that one.
It's like, just drop it. It's annoying and it's boring. The only good thing about the song was just when that little beat change kicks in for that split second. That's it. Everything else about the song you can keep. Yeah, that's it. I don't get the hype on that one. But yeah, there's some choruses that I have to think about that I dislike and potentially ruin a song for me. But yeah, man. Right, so we're gonna close now. Fun part. Who do you feel are the best artists at choruses in hip hop?
Okay, so I've actually stuck to the task, and I've only got 6 instead of 5 on my list.
Really?
All right, so in no particular order,
Mm-hmm.
Nate Dogg,
Yes,
50
definitely.
Cent,
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Method Man,
Yes, definitely. Glad you said that.
Outkast,
Wow. Yep. It's like my list nearly exactly.
T-Pain,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Agree.
and Snoop.
Very good. Yep. I hear that list. That's nearly identical for mine. I've put 50 Cent. We don't even need to get in that. I think he's the best. Oh, well, okay. Take away Nate Dogg. 50 Cent and Nate Dogg are the best at choruses. You can pluck out whatever songs you want of whatever album. I feel like 50 on a hook, Nate Dogg on a hook is cheat code. Definitely,
Cheat
man.
code all day.
Yeah. And 50 is not even a singer, but he just, the melodies that he does.
Exactly.
And to the point where even if you're listening to game songs, you know that's a 50 song.
You know 50
simply
wrote
from
it.
the hook.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He either wrote it or you're trying to be like him. So with you, I put Outkast as well. You know, innit, man? I put Outkast as well, like you did. You know, things like Rolls Apart, Elevators. You know what I mean? Miss Jackson, so much. And then what else did you put? Meth. I put Meth as well. And not only is it the choruses that good, but his voice just makes them sick as well. 2 more. I put Naughty by Nature.
Good
I think they're fantastic at choruses, man. Even like they said, you know, we came back because we heard hip hop needed another anthem. They give you them anthem choruses, you know. We said Hip Hop Array, OPP, Craziest, we know. Do you know what I mean? Filmy Flow, just so many, man. They do so many. But the last one I want to say as a little curveball, as a cheat, to say who I think is one of the best chorus makers in hip hop is Primo, DJ Premier. I definitely got to say him, bro. Like the way he does the scratches and things like that for the songs and for the hooks, perfect, man. To the point you could buy a Primo beat and it'll charge you like a lot extra if you want the hook in it because he literally makes the choruses. So yeah, got to shout out Primo for that. And yeah, I think that's Frozen again, just at the wrap of the program. But listen, we're gonna wrap things up anyway, man. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Sorry about the little technical issues there. We will get that sorted. But we've been chopping it up, looking at hooks today, some of our favorites, maybe some we don't like. But yeah, we got to throw out everything that we planned to today. 1 second. Yes, brother. I was just wrapping up on your behalf, but glad you're back in. So I'm not sure what you caught from me there. We just apologizing for a few tech issues. But I was just saying that I said naughty. I'm not sure if you heard me say naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one I put down as a little cheat code is Primo, DJ Premier for his hooks,
good
man.
shout with the scratches.
Yeah, because obviously you wouldn't think about that because he's not vocally doing it, but you know a Primo hook, man. You know the way he works them hooks in and the samples from perfect, man. And I was just saying to the point where you can buy a Primo beat for whatever. But if you're prepared to pay more, then he can put the hook in as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like paying for an artist to do a feature is paying for a Primo hook because that's how good his hooks are. And like we were saying at the beginning, you know, but I was more saying it. I know you said it's not really that important to you, but I feel like hooks are an important part of a song. And I think Primo just adds that touch with his hooks, man.
I agree.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with you got to think of how that man's brain works, where he can just pick out of the thousands of songs, millions of songs, and he can just be like, "Oh, let me take that little bit from that song, that little bit," and then just yeah, brilliant.
100%.
All right, man. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. A little fun as always, and who knows who's gonna be on next week? Interview, review, another topic. Who knows? That's the beauty of the show. So as always, interact with us. Let us know below what we might have missed, what we might have forgotten. Apologies for the technical issues. I don't know what's going on. Like my Wi-Fi is saying it's perfect. I'm sure E's the same. So it might be the medium that we're using. I don't know, but apologies if we've had a couple of little cutouts, but you got the gist anyway. It's all good, people. Thank you for riding with us as always. Much appreciated for all our new listeners, all our new subscribers. yeah, just much blessings to all you guys for sticking with us, rocking with us as always. And we'll catch you on the next one. So from me, your boy Slap, as always, and my co-host extraordinaire.
Yes, man. I hope you enjoyed the episode, man. Like Slap said, apologies for the tech things there. But yes, rock with us next week. We'll be back with a new episode, hitting you again, man. So really appreciate all of the support that you've been giving, watching, views, sharing, telling people. We appreciate it, man. Big time. So yes, My Type of Hype, the podcast that celebrates hip hop and not just the hype. We'll be back again next week. Until then, stay blessed and keep it hype. Peace.